coming in like a pair of Nikes. If I like it, then you know.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Washington football team and the Seattle Seahawks.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First and 10, it's Haskins. Catch here, left side, Thomas. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 3.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. They run the counter. Gibson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. On second down now, it's Gibson, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started, 3rd and 10.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Third down, here's Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all Lebanon defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was, because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping at air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Ball carrier. Tackle made at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's
3rd and 2. Now Haskins. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On 1st down, Gibson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now it's Haskins. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll toss it out to Carson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Chase Young.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
That's the end of the
last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Nice job there after the setback, 11 yards, and now it's 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Philip Dorsett there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Washington nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Haskins. And yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. Trey Flowers picks it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards there, a 1st down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12. At the 20-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. But now it's 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. It's going to be a long day.
On 3rd down, Wilson. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Open man here, Sims complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
4th down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Haskins. The throw taken in by Sims. And Sims lost it. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Carlos Hyde, the ball.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up
on 2nd and 9. Wilson. He finds his running back, Hyde. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
And 6.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Steps away to his left. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins, and that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 8 yards to go.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So now on 4th down, Washington will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there.
Chris Carson.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brought down by Fabian.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
On the play, 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Haskins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Well, close game, 2nd half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They run again with Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. 4 down. 56.
Wilson on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
We'll call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Back to you.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 31 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Seahawks 14, Washington 3. Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
On second down now, it's Gibson. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Looking for Inman deep. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Washington 3.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. One final try here for Allen. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st down, Gibson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Urban. A loss of 2. Brings
on 2nd and 12. Allen. That one is slant to McLaurin. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there.
It's now 4th down.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
The ball carried.
Tackle made by Chase Young.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. This time Wilson will throw. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
6 yards.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He'll run it. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Off to Thomas on the left side. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And it's 21-3.
Is good. Makes the score Seahawks 21, Washington 3. Michael Dixon.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
On first down, Wilson. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game.
Open is Olsen. He's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Touchdown.
Greg Olsen there to make the grab. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The extra point now coming from Myers. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Seahawks 28, Washington 3. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
5-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Washington.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Allen's pass intercepted.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. It's a win.